Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Holly, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Holly's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we use while we were working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he keeps the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, which then leaves his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Holly has been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we will be sure to show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Now, as you can see, Holly is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to go ahead and demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. The command that you're going to use is Holly heel, and you're simply going to take off walking, and Holly will fall in line, walking appropriately on your left side at about your left heel position, and she should not be lagging behind on that leash, nor should she be pulling ahead and trying to lunge on the leash. Also incorporated into our heeling exercise is an automatic sit, so anytime that you stop walking, Holly should sit nicely at your left heel position, and we'll show you an example right here. Fred's going to stop and she sits very nicely, and you simply give the heel command again, start walking, and she'll fall in line. The next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and the stay command is a hand and a voice command. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of her muzzle, and the one-word command to stay, then walk out to the end of the training leash. Now Holly should remain seated in this position throughout the entire command. This is a great command to practice frequently throughout your day and generalize to help build up Holly's ability to stay for longer periods of time. You start at about 1 minute, and you'll increase your increments slowly up to 3 minutes. Fred's going to return by walking all the way around and behind as an added distraction. Holly did a fabulous job remaining seated throughout the entire command, so Fred give her a little pet on her head and some positive reinforcement there. And they're going to run through their heel sit and stay again. It is important when working Holly through her commands that when she completes them appropriately that you let her know that by giving her small amounts of pets or, giving her some verbal praise as well. You can mix them up. Fred leaves her in another sit stay, and this time they'll demonstrate the recall or the come command. Call her in using her name. She should come into you and sit nicely. Good job. And then heel her around the back of you, returning her to your left-hand side. And she should sit nicely, very nicely done. Waiting for her next command, and they're going to demonstrate that again. Again, for the come command, leave her in a sit stay, walk out to the end of the leash, call her in using an inviting tone, make sure she sits, and around the back of you, sitting nicely, very nicely done. You want to make sure that when you are practicing your commands with Holly that you're practicing both indoors and outdoors to generalize the commands in both locations, and you want to make sure at first that you pick an area with no distractions and you slowly incorporate the amount of distractions over time. Now this next command they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands, and this is the down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Then give the stay command and walk out to the end of the leash. Same that you did with the sit stay. Again, another great command to help incorporate into your everyday activities to help build up her ability to down stay for longer periods of time. With this command, it's about 3 minutes, and you work up to 5 minutes. Fred's going to go ahead and return back. Great job remaining laying down. Good girl. And they will demonstrate that again. It is important that you make sure you're practicing her obedience commands throughout the day, as well as doing about a 10 to 15 minute formal obedience session such as this video here. It will help you get a better feel for the commands, and it will help Holly with understanding that she needs to obey her commands from yourself. This time they'll demonstrate the recall of the come command from the down position where she has to get up and come in. Nicely done. Now she didn't sit right away, so Fred told her no and gave a slight tug and let go. And she sat down nicely. And we will go over that with you during your one-on-one lesson if she does not follow through, how you'll give her a correction. But the first words out of your mouth anytime she does anything that's not appropriate or wrong should be no. Now they're going to demonstrate the down from a distance. So for this command, leave her in a sit stay, walk out to the end of the leash, and use your right hand to give the command from the end of the leash, the down command. Fred returns back. Great job. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Holly's learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Holly, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.